Today marks the end of the Conservative Party Conference 2023. Rishi Sunak closed the conference with a keynote speak where he announced three major policy changes. We're here outside the Midland Hotel to get Manchester's take on the change to A-levels, a phasing out of smoking and the abandonment of HS2's Manchester leg.
Following weeks of speculation and uncertain answers, the topic which dominated the Conservative conference has come to a conclusion. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has scrapped the HS2 line from the West Midlands to Manchester. However, the line will continue to be built to London Euston. Sunak pledges that £36 billion will be saved and every penny will be reinvested into the new road, bus and rail schemes in the North and Midlands. We spoke to Hugh Merriman, the Minister of State for Rail and HS2, about the official announcement.
The key for this is that the money that is being saved from HS2, and it is still going up to Birmingham and actually up onto the West Coast Main Line, which then will take us up to Manchester. The money saved is all getting spent in the north. So it's a question of, we're here, the conference is in our great northern city, but there are other northern cities that we also need to provide for. And the HS2 budget just keeps creeping up. And it means that all the things we want to do for Bradford, for Hull, for Sheffield, for Leeds, we can't do. So this is about spreading it out a bit. But I know it's very challenging and difficult, and I work a lot with Andy Burnham and the team here in Manchester. I want to continue to do that, but I do know that some people in Manchester will be disappointed. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. HS2 will continue its journey from Birmingham to what's called the Handsacre Link, which takes it onto the West Coast Main Line. So those trains will come up. In terms of other projects for the north, so you will see West Yorkshire and Leeds get a mass transit system, £2.5 billion added there. Hull will get electrification, bringing it further towards Manchester with better journey times. So there's still loads going on. All that money saved in the north is spent in the north. It just means that we can stretch it and do things for more people.
Network.
Look, it's amazing. And actually, the thing that people don't often see because of politics is that we work really closely with Andy. The government funding has been delivered down to Manchester so that Andy can spend it in the way that he and the team think is best spent. And I believe that people locally know what they want, and they also know how to deliver it. And so devolving the budget from our department to Andy and his team has been the right thing to do. I said to him the other day, as we both looked out the window of actually a building near here and looked at the B network in operation, it looks fantastic. And Manchester is booming. It's been the city that's got the biggest economic growth in the last year, any city in this country. You only have to come here to see how much it's travelled. So look, we want to do more. I do recognise the disappointment, but honestly, these projects will get well spent across the north, benefiting Manchester and those other cities.
To move towards a smoking-free Britain, Rishi Sunak has pledged to raise the legal smoking age by 1 year each year. In a model similar to one adopted by New Zealand, this means 14-year-olds now will never be able to purchase a tobacco-related product, allowing them to grow up in a smoke-free generation. MPs will be given a free vote in Parliament to decide on this issue. We spoke to the Conservative Home author Tim Montgomery about the proposed ban.
Well, look, we have so many people we lose to cancer. I think if we can clamp down on smoking in a sensible way, I'm all for it. What I don't fully understand is the idea of banning it year after year. You can see, potentially younger brother begging cigarettes off his older brother when they're still pensioners or something, and potentially opening up a black market. So I approve of the aspiration. Whether it will work in practice without creating a black market, I don't know.
Okay.
No, I think, Finn, to be honest, I think the Parliament as a whole will get behind it, because I think it will probably divide some people in the Conservative Party, but most will back the Prime Minister, and it's probably a policy that will appeal to the left, so I imagine Labour and the Liberal Democrats will get behind it.
Sunak has axed A-levels and introduced the new Advanced British Standard. These new qualifications will see students typically studying at least 5 subjects and must include some form of English and maths. The Prime Minister has said that more teachers will be recruited to help implement this change. However, it will be quite some time before the new qualifications begin, with those just starting out primary school currently set to be the first to sit them. We spoke to a current student at Manchester College to get their take on the changes.
I think it puts on a lot of pressure because A-levels are already hard enough as it is, and that's why you originally do 3. And I feel like for some people it could drag their future down if they're not as good as English and maths as they are at other subjects that they might excel in. And I think students already have enough pressure as it is doing 3, and I think 5 would just make it a little bit too much for them to deal with. And I think because of that, people will then stop taking A-levels and do things like BTECs or vocational courses, because it will be like an easier way for them to get to where they want to be in the future.
As the curtain closed on this year's Conservative Party conference, Rishi Sunak wanted to come in to prove that he could make difficult decisions, and he did just that with the HS2. However, this conference will always be remembered as the one in Manchester that he pulled the plug on the HS2. That's Jess, Finn and Andreas reporting from Mancunian Matters.